Hello and happy time zones to everybody. Welcome to Saturday Sprint Time. I am Katja.
I'm Boris. I did
I
not know
don't.
we were doing funny voices.
I did not know either.
I also like how we flipped genders. Like, that was kind of amazing.
Welcome to the gender fluid stream.
Everything's fluid, especially our genders.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that.
I successfully did not do it on my stream yesterday, and I'm not going to start now.
Wait, everything's fluid, especially our beavers.
Girl.
And it's especially funny since Spence is in chat.
Hi, Spence.
Hello, Spence. I think Spence is the only one in chat besides us.
You missed like the engaging poll earlier over whether or not I'm capable of typing. It was amazing. The answer is no, by the way. I think I'm the only one who voted. James didn't have the guts and the courage to call me out the way I needed to be called out.
Do you want me to make another poll?
It's fine. Well, I think that could be a lot of fun for a lot of very disturbing and wrong reasons.
Spence is also doing a little happy dance with that reference too. So I'm guessing we're talking to Mr. Spence.
Where did I put my stuff?
Unless Spence is talking about herself in the third person. So Kat's at work. Not heard from Chloe. Let me double check.
It'd be better than me because my stream completely cratered and I sent everyone the wrong link. And so I eventually started getting messages from people like, can I get a link that works?
Oh, Mr. Spence is at work.
Yeah, that's the thing I can do.
Amber is...
human being.
You are home alone? Sweet.
Okay, make sure to hang your paint cans in just the right place so you can hit all the thieves in the head just right.
Kevin? And Amber, I think, is getting off work right this minute. So it's a matter of getting home. Coming home to us.
Home. A word that has lost all meaning to me.
Let me double check other things. Okay. I've not seen anybody else.
This is what I get when I organized today. I brought everything back here I needed to start the stream, and now I can't find any of it. So, yay!
It is a very weird day.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
And, we had this discussion before the stream about how we've been distracted by different things with the same thing.
Yeah. Because I really want to be playing Valheim right now, but with nobody to help me get to my body when I die, that's not really an option.
And I have been playing this idle game that's D&D based. That's Champions of the Forgotten Realms. And they just had a massive new content drop. And so I've been deep into that today. And I think I'm at a point where I can just close it. It says I have reached the limit of that run. So that is done. But yeah, that has taken up my entire day, unfortunately. And I had an entire list of plans that I didn't touch.
Well, if you want to feel better, I recorded a 35-minute video before I realized I didn't turn my microphone on.
Oh, pain.
So I re-recorded an 18-minute video with a very condensed version of the content that I had planned. But yeah, that's the day I'm having.
The Pizza Demon has fully inherited Mr. Spence's gift of tributes, by the way. I'm surrounded by the Fae. Is that bringing home bags of stuff? Is that what that means?
Nice.
If that's what that means, then yeah. How is your house not full of stuff?
I kind of feel like the new emote on the channel just needs to be like a garbage bag of pudding in honor of friends.
And not yogurt.
I know the pudding is the thing that I've been like obsessing about most.
The prison cans.
Just because that would be one lumpy garbage bag. And I don't know why, but I'm kind of into that right now.
Yeah, and the other thing we discussed is that spooky season is fast approaching, and we've already hit the mood. And the rest of the world has not rushed up to meet us.
And it's very upsetting. Like, don't you like we can do Christmas starting in July, but I have to wait till October for Halloween to start?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you people? And I said this is somebody who's like obsessed about Christmas too. Like, can't we just overlap? Like, I want my Christmas and Halloween. I also want my Halloween and my Thanksgiving, but that's a whole other thing.
One thing that I coined while working in retail, because it was kind of the actual thing that happens in retail, is I coined the term "Hollow Thanksmas."
Yes. Like, poor American Thanksgiving, you never had a chance. I remember when we first moved in together, like trying to decorate the house for like Thanksgiving Harvest Fest stuff, and everybody being like, what does that have to do with Christmas? I'm just like, it's a turkey. It's a turkey and a cornucopia because Thanksgiving's coming up. Okay. What's that have to do with Christmas? I'm just like, I'm done with you people. Absolutely nothing.
And with the way things are going, well, with the trends of American humanity, Christmas, all autumn is probably going to be on the upswing.
Which, like, okay, fine, I will agree with that. But like the early part of the Christmas season then is Krampus season, and then after October, Santa can have his due. we'll make a deal. It's fine. So there's like the early creepy Christmas, and then later non-gay Christmas.
We went to the park yesterday, and he managed to convince the boys at tennis practice to give him a tennis ball just by being there. Went to the market today, and he got like 4 free samples, and the woman who crocheted him a baby Yoda doll gave him, without him asking, a reusable water balloon. At that point, I had to drag him out, muttering, "Stop giving the Fae Prince tributes, damn it."
Oh, this is my heart. This is my everything. I need this today.
Either a Fae Prince or a hot young female. Because I had one of those as one of my best friends, and the amount of shit she got for free,
right,
while I'm standing next to her.
Okay, so
not just when I'm standing next to her, when I'm standing next to her in a gay bar from gay men.
Right?
Seriously?
Once upon a time, my friend Nicole, we would take her everywhere, especially when we went down to DC, because it's impossible to get anywhere in DC because cars don't stop for anything except for Nicole's legs. So, like, we'd be like, honey, put on a skirt. We have to go to Georgetown to pick some stuff up. Yes, I feel this.
And yeah, so when she wore the Britney Spears schoolgirl "Hit Me Baby One More Time"
Straight men
outfit
exploded in the streets.
with the knee-high black leather boots.
I stick by my prediction.
No, even in the gay bar, it was just like, yeah, I'm invisible.
That is a mood right there. I feel that very strongly.
This is not counting the kid on the school bus who forked over the fistful of Pokemon cards because they're friends, and the other girl on the school bus who has promised to give him a poppet. Whatever the hell that is, I still have no idea.
Oh my.
I'm hoping a poppet is like something physical, like an object.
Isn't that the new name for like the Bop It kind of toy thingy?
Ooh, let me look it up.
I think. See, I don't know if that's what my youngest niece calls that thing, or if it's what that actually is.
It's like a fidget thing, but it's got like buttons. Well, not buttons, but you can push in the spots and they pop up to the other side.
Ah.
So it's like infinite bubble wrap because you can pop it the other way afterward.
Okay, that's how you kill me, is give me infinite bubble wrap. Because I now know how I'm going to die. Charlie, do you want to eat something? I have bubble wrap to pop. Do you want to drink something? I have bubble wrap to pop.
Yes, we all have. Yeah, that would be a bad thing. Other bad things, I have killed 8 giant bees today.
Ooh.
In the house.
Ooh. So it sounds like you're having the problem that we had last summer, where there was a secret hole in the wall and the wasps were getting in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not a secret because I know where their nest is. I just can't get to it to spray it with anything because it is up inside the siding of the house. So I would have to rip off the siding, which we don't have the money to replace. Or I would have to lie down on the ground and about a foot from it and spray upward.
See, this is where you need to do what we did when we had wasps on the roof of the restaurant, and the landlord told us that just sounds like a you problem. We told a lesbian about it, and she just like Arnold Schwarzenegger the hell out of those hives, and they're gone now.
So that is.
She did look like something from the end of Predator when she was done, but like she was like, I can fix this. Where's a ladder?
So that is where it is on the outside of the house. On the inside of the house, it is up under between the first floor and the ceiling tiles of my bedroom. And the rafters, the rafter area between there is hollow. So they can just fly wherever the fuck they want in the house and come out wherever they want. And on the other half of the basement where my room isn't, there are no ceiling tiles. So it's just free entry.
Spence does recommend maybe duct taping exits. That might work. And okay, so last night we were talking about doing a fundraiser to buy Pizza Demon a pizza blanket.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is something that we were talking about, because you said that you were going to put Pizza Demon in bed, and I was like, I can just see it now. You make him lay down in the pan, and you put the cheese on top and some pepperonis so he doesn't get cold, and like put him in the oven so he's fully baked by morning. And Kat responded with, do they make pizza blankets like they make the burrito blankets? And yes,
even better,
yes, they do.
Make like a rectangular bed that looks like a cast iron pan, so that the bedding can be like the um, crust and stuff.
I'm here for it. Like we're Pizza Demons. I'm just gonna put it to you this way: Pizza Demon may have one of those weirdest Christmases ever, where a bunch of strangers on the internet buy a bunch of pizza related things.
Well, here is Spence's response to that. That's adorable, but I'll repeat what I said this morning. Stop giving the Fey Prince tributes, damn it.
But see, we're not giving them to the Fey Prince. We're giving them to the Pizza Demon, because if we feed the Pizza Demon, we might get pizza. You see, this isn't as altruistic as it sounds. Like if we appease the Pizza Demon, maybe we'll get pizza.
Isn't just buying the pizza for yourself cheaper?
Okay, stop trying to apply logic to the world, because that doesn't work anymore. 2020 happened. Logic is broken. Reality is flawed, and the Matrix has too many glitches in it, and Neo is not going to save us. Keanu might, but Neo is not.
The rapper?
No, Reeves and Neo from the Matrix. Goodness. Am I gonna have to send sick Lana and Lily on you? Let's do it.
No, I was just thinking of Neo. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I just wanted to be bitchy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the
It
mood.
worked. Also, pizza blankets aren't expensive, and it's on his Christmas list now. So yeah, I am going to get the timer ready, and you know what? I am going to, if I can find it. I know you're on my list somewhere.
That could mean so many things. Really depends on how
there
you
it is.
deliver that line. I know you're on my list somewhere.
Do that, and maybe Spence will show up during the stream or during the sprint, because I just sent her the invite on Discord. All right, and we will sprint. Oh, let me get my other video up so I actually start the rest of this and finish it.
Finish your LA. It's LA After Dark, right?
LA by Night.
LA by Night.
Season 5, episode 3. And it's
LA After
focused
Dark
on one of my...
a Skinamax movie.
Hmm?
Said LA After Dark is probably a Skinamax movie.
Probably. Okay, we will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we are back. And we have added several people.
Wow, the stream has grown in my absence.
And we even have people joining in chat who are not on screen. Which I was starting to get under the impression that it was just that the people in chat were just going to be people who are on screen, and this is just a hangout. And I'm speaking with my hands, like. And we never actually introduced ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Jace. I write shit when I'm actually writing shit, and I edit when I have a job, and I game, and I'm trying to make a character, but I need to learn the system. So yeah, I am like behind on everything.
That's
Charlie.
I feel that so much. Hi, my name is Charlie. I do way too much. It's just way too much. Like this week, I was supposed to send a thing to Chloe so that we could record a thing, and then like life is crazy, and then like the guilt got worse every single day, and then I'm just like, maybe it's too late. Maybe I shouldn't do it anymore. I don't know. Yeah, I do too much. I'm recording videos today because I'm trying to clear my schedule up, so I'm batch recording a long list of videos that I'm trying to get done so that I can just edit them and have them scheduled to come out eventually. Oh, by the way, the most recent episode of my Project Shadow podcast is out, and the subject this week is it actually possible to waste time? My answers may surprise you. Definitely check that out.
Haley's name is I don't do intros.
Let me do it for her. She has Super Aroma is coming out soon that I just need to be an alpha reader for, but it's coming out next year, and it's going to be awesome because every time she talks about it, she really makes me want to read it that much more to the point I want to choke her because I want this book.
Right? I feel this.
Hi, I'm Amber Craft. I work too much on everything but writing. Like right now, I'm reading 2 books to try to get them done so I can focus on my Kindle Vella project. So there's that. You know, Wednesday's stream was supposed to be reading and writing, and I ended up taking apart a Puma on my daughter's fucking coat, and that just sidetracked the whole fucking stream. Just like, you know, season 2 of the Afterthought podcast is supposed to be coming out, but life fucking keeps happening, so I can't record because I don't know when this shit's gonna get broken down and those things, and I actually need to read the books before I interview the people, and that takes time I don't have. I stream every Sunday at noon on YouTube and Wednesday after Charlie on Twitch, and they've been kind enough to keep rating me, and I have nothing, but I'm using their music as a backdrop, and it's amazing, and y'all should go check it out. Yeah, that's me right now. I'm a ball full of, it's been a day at work. I'm just coming to relax.
And hang out with friends. Chloe.
I started back to work today, and I am existence.
So are you just getting home too?
Yeah. It's funny. Today was my first day, and I said, "Did I just gotta be up by 3:45 because I'm supposed to be somewhere? I gotta be online at 4. I got a thing at 4. I didn't go into details. Made it sound all official. They're like, yeah, that's no problem. I walked out at 4:05. And then
I know how that.
And then I was like, I'll stop at Dunkin' Donuts because like I haven't eaten in hours, and you know, I'm dying of thirst because now like with the mask, you just forget that like you have basic needs.
You have a mouth. Yeah.
7-hour period. Like why does my mouth taste like death? Oh, because like I haven't done literally anything except talk and breathe on cloth. But so I stopped
next to your nose.
It takes me like 15 minutes just to get anything. And also I asked for a Boston cream donut And he said, we're out, which is fine. And I was like, do you have any of the dulce de leche donuts? And he said, we only have one left of those. Did you think I was going to order 6? Like, my option was either 1 Boston cream or 6 dulce de leche. I've already said that I want 1 donut.
I mean, in all
Give me
honesty,
the
though,
1 donut.
in all honesty, though, that does feel like a fair trade. 1 Boston cream or 6 of whatever else you happen to have. Dang it.
It's fair. Now you owe me donuts.
I feel like Dunkin' is rationing Boston creams. They never have them. No matter what time you go, they're always sold out.
So I totally forgot, and thank God somebody like stepped in and stopped me. I was going to take an order today, and Publix is having a donut shortage. Like, we're having a legit, and I knew about this from my other Publix friends. Just obviously, day one, I'm not thinking about, like, if we're having a donut shortage or not. But, like, literally right now, Publix is selling no donuts because they have none. Like, they come in, the dough's already made, and it's already shaped, and they just have to bake it. And I have no idea what's going on. It's not like they take some weird product, but they have no donuts at the warehouse. This has been going on for like 3 months now.
Tell them to get a hold of Shipley's because we're never out of donuts.
It's weird. It's crazy.
Pentex
I don't know.
is failing us.
Yeah, it's like I asked to get off at 2:45 because after like 2 o'clock, you know, we're busy closing tickets. And I was done with my tickets, and I was like, okay, I need to leave like 2:30, 2:45. And then I call a customer to let them know their part was in. She's like, oh, I was in there today, and I traded in my vehicle. I'm like, you were supposed to do that on Monday after I fixed the vehicle. Did you trade it in here? She's like, yeah. I was like, who was your salesman? She's like, I don't remember his name. I'm like, he sold you 2 motherfucking cars, and you don't remember who the hell he was? So then I spent the next 30 minutes trying to figure out who sold her the car. So A, I can get a bird dog because she was supposed to come to me Monday and me give her to somebody. And B, where the hell's this car so I can get it in on Monday? So yeah, I didn't leave till like 2:45, and I'm like, okay, I can still make it to the mail so I can get it paid because I got to renew it by Wednesday. And then the gods just decided to open up a fucking shitstorm of rain. So I drove 30 all the way there and got there at 3:03. And they fucking closed the door. And this guy was standing there, and it was pouring rain, and I come out, and he's like, yeah, they're already closed. Do you want to talk about stop bullying? I was like, no, if you're not talking about line 3, line 5, I don't care. Sorry. You're good. Bye. Sorry, my kid punches bullies. I don't know what those are. Just teach kids to box. That's fine.
Oh, I don't miss work. Well, I miss working and getting a paycheck. I don't miss the strings and BS attached to work.
Yeah.
I have a lot of regrets about my failures over this past year that have led me to this moment. I wish I was a successful person, and then I wouldn't have to do this, but I am not.
I'm just going to say, if anybody's not afraid of work and doesn't mind living in the ninth circle of hell, we're looking for people that understand that, like, showing up at your scheduled time is the thing you do. Like, don't show up 3 days later and be like, why don't I have a job?
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate your restaurant is so far away because Mr. Spence would be the perfect employee for you.
We need a cook, too. We need a cook so bad. Our last 3 cooks did not...
He's never missed a day of work.
The last 3 cooks that we hired apparently did not understand what schedules were. And they would no call, no show. When we called them, they wouldn't answer their phone. And then they would show up like 3 days later and be like, what do you mean I don't have a job?
You mean the restaurant was open? Because I wasn't here. What? They say I hate when people like do that stuff and then they like, what'd you do while I was gone? We freaking made do. Bye. I'll let the door hit you on the ass on the way out, Felicia.
Right?
So, Jennifer and Devin are in our comment section. Thank you for coming. And Jennifer needs jokes today, y'all. Give me all the jokes.
Oh, what a bad day to come for jokes.
You're looking at her. I'm a joke right here.
Depends
Shall
on what
we-
kind of jokes you're looking for.
Should we exhume the gushing beaver?
Oh, so
I clipped it. I took a clip of it.
you did, and it is the top clip on my channel right now. By the way,
Yes.
I got a notification today. Check out the top clip on your channel made by Haley Spence. And I'm just like, what did she do? And I watched it. I'm just like, well, I've always wondered what I was going to eventually be internet famous for. Beaver chat. Beaver chat is the thing that I'm going to be internet famous for. I mean, it could be worse things, to be quite honest, but I did not expect Beaver chat to be the thing that like escaped into the wild from my Twitch channel.
Oh,
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 I'm so sorry, Jennifer.
oh my god.
I am so sorry to hear that.
Lots of love, babe. Lots of love.
So I guess we are doing Beaver chat then. You really do need the jokes. All the jokes.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm trying to deliver on the request of like lighthearted and happy. Which is, by the way, I just have to say to everybody out there who thinks that I'm an optimistic, happy person, that is anathema to my very being and core existence. It's just my coping mechanism seems very happy to other people. So yay.
Yeah.
Optimistic
Yeah.
correctly again, though.
What was that?
Charlie said optimistic correctly again.
Yes, I was threatened with singing if I did not learn to pronounce this word properly. So
How are you pronouncing it?
I was about to ask.
How do you?
oh no, so I have a thing where I like to mispronounce words because I find it funny, and optimistic is again anathema to everything that I am as a human being and everything that I am as a living soul. And so I never pronounced it correctly just because I like that juxtaposition of it's so foreign to me I can't even say the word. And then I was threatened with all the singing on yesterday's.
It's about like my mom. She never could say Mitsubishi till she actually fucking owned one that we made her learn to say it.
That could come out so wrong. That
Mitsubishi.
word? What?
Mitsubishi.
Oh, it can.
The way she pronounced it my entire life. Mitsubishi.
Oh, if you don't mind being offended in who knows what random way, just write that word down, hand it to my father, and ask him to say it. It is a roulette wheel of, wow, I know dyslexia runs in our family, but
It doesn't
where
in
did you
ours,
even
but-
get that from?
It doesn't in ours, but she never could say it till she actually owned an Eclipse, and I'm like, you have to learn how to say the car if you're going to fucking say it. Sell it. You can't put Mr. Shitsy on the damn cell. If somebody calls you about it, you can't say that. You've got to learn to put the B in there.
Okay, speaking of having cars and really bad jokes, when the hubby and I first started like half dating, he explained to me that he couldn't be gay because he owned a Probe, and that would be too on the nose. No self-respecting gay man would own a Ford Probe. And then I pointed out that he's never respected
I
himself
do have
ever.
a-
So
Speaking of cars and Christianity, I have a joke. It is, how many angels can get into a Honda?
how many?
All of them. For the Lord said all the angels will be in one accord.
The fact that I sell Hondas, that's fucking.
Oh, it hurts.
See, if I didn't think people would not, if I thought people could understand humor on the internet, that would totally be an April Fool's video that I would do for my mysticism and magic channel. because I think that would be a really funny thing. Like, just do like the full like metaphysical breakdown of how many angels can fit into a Honda. Like, take it like way too seriously for way too long, and just like I think that would be hilarious. But then I would be that person that would be on all the debunking channels because this idiot thinks that like cars are in the Bible.
I don't know the biblical reference, but I feel like that wouldn't change my feelings toward the joke. I don't think it would be in any way improved upon.
I don't know. It's just what the thought process that goes through my demented brain every time I do a video for that channel of exactly how will this appear on an atheist debunk channel, and am I okay with that?
It's okay.
Misogynist lens possible.
I heard a joke one time. Why did the girl go to the crossroads? And you go, okay, why? She wanted a lacrosse. So weird as fuck. I don't even remember who makes the lacrosse now, but
I had a friend in high school who had one of those absurdist jokes as her favorite. Like, you know, those jokes that are so dumb that no one thinks they're funny except for the one person who does, and it makes them crack up crying every single time it's said. And hers was, why couldn't the nun get through the revolving door? Because she had a javelin through her head.
Like it. My favorite joke is also one of those jokes, so I understand. Like, every time I've ever told the joke, the person has looked at me like, "Are you the stupidest person?" And I'm like, "I just love this joke. I'm sorry."
I have never missed volunteering at a convent more in my life right now because I can think of at least 5 Marys that I really want to tell that joke to.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
there's
would,
a gay club that I went to, and there's at least 5 Marys I wanted to tell there.
Okay, I'm starting a campaign to bring Mary back. I miss Mary, and like that was one of my favorite things from my childhood. And if the 90s are coming back, and they kind of are, Mary has to come back too. Every time there needs to be a Mary up in here, okay?
If we're gonna do that, we need Jack A. Harry to start it up again.
How do we do that? How?
Mary.
Mary.
hey, if Mary's coming back, is her little lamb following?
I don't know if
Now
I
I'm
can
just
tell that joke. I don't.
No, I'm picturing her, Mary coming back, and she looks at her phone, and she's being followed on her Insta by like herds of sheep.
See, I never know what's actually TOS or not, but I'm just thinking of a real life story that took place at a gay bar with go-go cages, a really hairy person that always took his shirt off, and his lover that he always called Mary. And I don't think I can finish the rest of that story with Mary and her little lamb.
My grandma's name was Mary.
I feel like if your mind is dirty enough, you can fill in all of the blanks. And
Now, for whatever reason, it just popped into my head of like nuns, and when Jason pulling out their phone, I just got a picture of like nuns named Mary pulling out Tamagotchis with lambs. I don't know why, dude.
I love it though.
Sister Mary with their little lambs. Oh my god.
Hey, it
Oh,
would probably work because it'd be right next to her side all the time.
So here's another one. I was having trouble seeing, so I went to the optimist, and he said that everything would be fine.
Aww. Charlie, it's your favorite word. That was good timing on that joke.
hey,
very relevant to this stream.
Sweetie, I just stop skipping daddy and going all the way to grandpa. Like, just hang out at daddy for a while. Enjoy daddy for a while before you go all the way to the granddad jokes.
Wow,
Okay, just
that rephrase that, Charlie.
And there's
okay.
one
After the
last
Proud
one.
Mary thing, I am like, just like whatever happens, happens. I'm sorry. I apologize. Y'all know I'm cursed.
There is one last one, and I remember this one. It was told by a comedian on Star Search in the 80s, and I remember this joke still. I don't know if the comedian is still alive. It was, I was driving a car through a construction area, and the sign said 35 ahead. Well, there were 4 of us, so we got through there real fast.
Okay, Grandpa. You know what's really sad is like halfway through that joke, I started having flashbacks of myself as a child in Tennessee, sitting with my legs crossed in front of a TV watching Star Search. So, I mean, you told it well. Like, you brought me right back to my childhood in kind of that Ratatouille sort of a way, but also in that, like, oh God, why am I in Tennessee sort of a way? Like, just.
Well, do you remember the comedian that was on there for like almost an entire season? He was winning so much, and his name was Geechee Guy,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one of his. He said he told joke grenades, where you tell the joke, pull the pin, throw it, wait 3 seconds, and then you get it.
I am in possession of the lamest, nerdiest joke ever, and it always makes people giggle.
I want to hear it.
What kind of pants does Mario wear?
I don't know. What kind of pants does Mario wear?
Denim, denim, denim.
I appreciate that one.
Oh god.
Okay. Now that we've had our comedy lineup, shall we sprint again?
Yes.
Yeet.
I
All
have
right.
a lot more videos to do.
All right. Let us sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. What do we want? Low flying plane noises. When do we want them? Meow.
Oh my.
That's how you should end every sprint, with a bad dad joke.
I found one that is ideal for Kat. If she were here, I thought it was hilarious. A Roman walks into the bar and holds up 2 fingers. 5 beers, please.
I support that one. I do like Roman numeral jokes. Because that is a whole oeuvre of joke. There are plenty of Roman numeral jokes out there, but like I do appreciate them.
Oh. Hello, Christine.
I heard garbledygook. Did somebody say something?
I said hi, Christina, and then Spence said something, I think.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
Oh.
You did
Somebody
not say
said
hey, Christina.
Somebody said something when I said hi, Christine.
Yeah, I looked up jokes.
No.
That is a dad of you.
Oh, there was
no,
one that I was just cackling. Oh, why don't blind people skydive? It scares their dogs.
Aww.
Just wow. I mean,
As somebody with a kid with the service dog, I mean, it ain't a CNI dog, but still, it's way too much of a visual for me.
I mean, as a cat owner, I'm still like, oh.
Hey,
Yeah,
maybe the CNI dog would tell him when to pull the chute.
Immediately pulls the chute, gets wrapped around the plane, they die that way.
Wait till the dog quits howling.
My sister has a German Shepherd who his. You remember the hyenas from The Lion King?
Uh-huh.
You remember Ed?
Uh-huh.
That is my sister's German Shepherd. I just imagine that.
So
I-
during that sprint, I finished up the most recent from Black Dagger Brotherhood, which if you follow me on Twitter, you know it started horribly and it ended not quite as horribly, but still fairly horribly. And I figured out what I'm going to be writing for the rest of today. So there was a slight amount of productivity after like, it just, oh my God, why does this series keep getting worse and worse?
Wait, you did productivity during that sprint?
I did. I even wrote 28 words. I read a chapter of like the dumbest shit imaginable. Oh my God. I cannot believe that these books are still New York Times bestsellers because they're the dumbest fucking books ever. And I put a slice of quiche on the griddler to heat up so I can have dinner in a bit. And I wrote 28 words. And you looked up a dumb joke.
Oh, I looked up a lot of dumb jokes. I found one that is an Amber one.
I can't tell you. We've had 4 Amber Alerts in the last 2 days. The amount of Amber Alert jokes I have heard. Oh my freaking God.
No, 3 famous actors got together to make a movie. George Clooney said, "I'll direct." Leonardo DiCaprio said, "I'll act." Matthew McConaughey said, "All right, all right, all right."
Oh my god.
I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to leave this here. If we are in fact going to be living in the darkest timeline, can we at least have Matthew McConaughey as governor of Texas? Because he keeps threatening to run, and at least I feel like that would be somewhat amusing.
As long as voting didn't fall on a Texas football day, he might actually have people there.
Also, for those of us who get the reference, can I just add one more line to that joke and say
Okay.
Matt Damon said, Matt Damon. Because that was all I was thinking the entire time.
Can't argue with that one.
Matt Damon.
Why did the cowboy get a dachshund? Because he wanted to get a long little doggy.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't know how I feel about that one. Oh my god.
I'm not broken, I promise.
Ken got a dad joke calendar, dad joke of the day calendar for Christmas from his baby mama. I don't know why, because she has said so many times that this was the worst decision of her life as well. Not having a baby with Ken, but getting Ken a dad joke calendar. And if I had a fireplace, I would have thrown it in the fire by now. And the only thing that saves it is because of that time I did throw it out, and I stupidly threw it out after we had just changed the trash bag. So he fucking fished it out of the trash. And stopped reading the jokes to me. But that's the level it got to.
I have to say, I fully condone Jennifer's comment. Boo! Lamau. Boo!
Yeah, I agree with that.
That is a great way to explain what's
dad
happening on
joke.
the inside right now.
Yeah. That was funny, but fuck you.
Hey, Mama Ward.
Just got here.
Okay. Two windmills are standing on a wind farm, and one asks, "What's your favorite kind of music?" The other replies, "I'm a big metal fan."
And now I have Life Eternal from Ghost going through my head because, yes, it shall all fade away. I got another video done during that, and I'm starting to ask what I feel is a kind of important question of how many videos is too many videos to record in one day?
I mean,
Considering you're making progress where I have no camera to make none and have to sit in front of this if I want to, and then I sit there and go, what the fuck am I gonna say?
Because
so
I've
my
recorded-
question is, are you going to edit them all?
yes.
Okay, then I don't think there is a too many. As long as you are confident that you are going to edit them in a timely fashion and not just let them die on your hard drive somewhere, as I do.
No, you mean like my moving vlog here from February?
Yeah.
See, I paid for a cheat. I'm currently using Audio Hijack and Loopback to completely eradicate my breathing from the videos preemptively, because I can audio engineer that away with ease. So now all I have to do is anytime that I have a silent stutter, which is still pretty bad when I record videos, just bloop, bloop, bloop. And video editing has become a lot easier since I got that setup done.
How's it go again, Charlie?
Let's see, I gave myself a short list of videos, and of the 3 videos I've recorded today, one of them is actually on this list. So, how many videos is too many videos to record in one day?
25.
I appreciate that one.
Not if I had said it.
I don't. I mean, if you go through the effort of figuring out how to pronounce that, then I will give you credit. But I feel like your delivery would have been bad. And I don't think I'm being unfair when I say that.
See, okay, I live in the land of the dad jokes because, oh, my husband, I love him, but oh dear God, save us from his humor, save us all from the deadness of his humor. And so all I can hear every time I hear a joke is just, thank God he's not home right now. Thank God he's not home right now. Thank God he's not home right now. Because he's not going to pick these up, and I'm not going to have to hear him retell these over and over and over again.
How many chihuahuas does it take to cause an earthquake? Depends on the size of the flea.
I usually
True.
joke
Facts.
short joke.
Huh?
And now I'm all the way back to Wednesday's stream where we talked about, you know, the Justinian and the earthquakes, and I just have to know who he was sleeping with. I just need to know. For anybody who missed that, homosexuality was outlawed in the Roman Empire because the Emperor Justinian believed that sex between two men caused earthquakes.
Also,
Begs the question, who was he sleeping with? Are there pictures? I have so many questions.
One last one for people with children. Why do ducks have feathers?
For kids to
Cover-
pull the fuck out.
To cover their butt quacks.
Thank God the hubby's not home. Thank God the hubby's.
Okay.
so that's a joke for people with children. That's a joke for people who are children.
Tell me the pizza demon wouldn't love that joke.
He would love it so much.
Exactly.
So Carrie used to have this duck, this little stuffed duck. So when she started collecting ducks, it was from this thing. And when we first bought it, it quacked quite regularly. But the battery started to die, and it went from just going quack, quack, quack to it go quack, 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 like you were fucking shaking the thing. So I started doing it.
I want to make a motivational poster. Like just saying. And sell t-shirts.
Let the earth shatter with my pelvic thrusts. And Chloe, you are free to use that line in your next novel.
I feel like that should be the opening line of my first smut book. I just feel
I put my
shatter with my pelvic
thing on the table or something in a fucking bar.
Actually, Amber, you're working with gods in your series, so
I'm on a world full of them right now, so yeah.
Oh,
And Maggie. Oh, Maggie. You know, the hubby would print that on the menus, right? Like right over, like right under the pasta section. Like,
so many possibilities.
A duck, a cat, and a dog go into a restaurant. At the end of the meal, the duck says, "Put it on my bill." Okay, should we do another sprint now that we're done?
but do I do another video? This is the question.
Yes.
I mean, if you're asking yourself, should you? I feel like the answer is automatically yes.
No, Maggie, no.
What
If
is
you want to? I'm not going to stop you. But,
what is the SLRB?
Sir B? She's censoring his name.
Oh,
She's censoring the hubby's name.
oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't stop you if you do. I'm just saying. I will keep a copy of the. He's redoing the menus right now, like literally at this moment. That's what he's doing. Is he's redoing the menus. That will totally and probably end up on the menus. And if that happens, I will keep one of the menus next to me and just bat my camera periodically until it goes away.
And here you go, Chris. This is why Cliff Jennifer and I get along so well, because that is also my life goal. If I can get a groan, a face palm, I have succeeded.
You know, one of the reasons why I often don't turn my camera on during these sprints is so you don't see my forehead getting redder and redder and redder. Just...
Okay.
Thunder's here. Yay.
Well, I wonder what causes that.
Felt the earth move under my feet.
Let the earth shatter with my pelvic thrusts.
You
Rawr.
know, I can't believe that that's not a line in a Tenacious D song.
But it could be.
I can see that. I can see
It
that
just feels like
happening.
it should be. It feels like a mistake on their part.
Yeah.
Or Ninja Sex Party. One of the two.
Got a point there.
All right. I am ready. Are you ready?
Sure.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, that sprint is completed. How did Peoples do? Did Peoples do anything?
You know what's great about this Windows update that has the weather at the bottom of the screen now?
Uh-huh.
Is it is a fucking deluge outside, and Windows says rain coming. Yes, good job, Windows. Pat. I did write about 100 words, so meh. But Charlie, while I was eating my quiche, I stumbled upon an Omegaverse coloring book.
Oh,
There are no pictures and no reviews, so I cannot attest to like what is
oh
inside.
my! Why would anyone do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I am assuming it is a generic coloring book with like words that are colorful, but like I want it to be knots.
Oh,
Eat
oh
it.
my! Just
I mean, there are pictures, clean pictures of furries.
there are, and
Yeah, I guess it could be like cuddle puddles of wolves. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, you could easily do a clean coloring book
Yeah.
of anthros, basically.
But we all know that's not what it is.
No, again, like from the blurb, it looks like it's just a generic shitty coloring book that happens to have clever phrases on it. And
I
not
couldn't-
anything that would be actually like fun.
I couldn't tell if Amber was trying to make her camera focus or make her take the image from her eyes.
Make it stop.
Both.
on that note,
Solid.
super sidebar. I don't know if anybody saw that the stories. Hopefully, you didn't actually see the discussion, but that the horse paste that dare not speak its name, lest YouTube take the video down. The hashtag for said horse paste was taken over by horse furries who posted nothing but porn using the hashtags that people were using to give bad medical advice. And I approve of this.
I like that.
I love it when Tumblr and Twitter
Mhm.
do
My
good work. Do
favorite
God's
of
work.
the whole ivermectin drama is Joe Rogan threatening to
Yeah.
sue CNN for saying that he was taking horse dewormer when he was literally taking horse dewormer. Like, if you take aspirin to prevent a heart attack, you are still taking a pain reliever. The fact that you are taking it for your heart health does not change the fact that it
That it's
is a
mhm.
pain
It is a
reliever
painkiller.
or a horse dewormer. Like, you cannot sue. I mean, you can, but you're going to fail for saying literally a truthful thing. This is literally something that is prescribed to horses to deworm them. It is horse dewormer.
I think the funniest thing was there's nothing wrong with not knowing what it is if you're not up to date with animals or anything with horses, but like literally the day that all that came out saying that everybody was doing that, we had just bought some for the horse. Just like, I swear this wasn't on purpose, but this just makes this purchase so much more funny.
You heard about the feed supply store that was requiring people to show pictures of them with their horses.
I
And like,
support that.
fair, because of course, like, the same thing is happening to horses that's happening to people. These idiots are causing horses to not be able to get the treatment that they need.
Yeah.
Just like they're causing humans to not be able to get treated either because hospital overload.
I was just waiting for people to for it to quit getting sold at the feed stores and be like, sorry, you have to go to a vet because we're not responsible.
Yeah.
We're not even doing this. We're just taking it down for now. You're good.
And I'm sure that there are plenty of places that like they might not they might not be putting a sign up saying "Show me your horse" for this, but like I'm betting it's behind the counter now at a lot of places where it wasn't before.
They just have huge signs at all the feed stores we go to. This is for animals, not human consumption.
Oh, good.
Sorry, my brain just conflated the show me your horse with send nudes.
Oh. When the way you said it, my brain immediately went to show me your genitals. Your genitals. Genitalia. And God, I hope that at least one person gets that reference.
You said that, and I just thought hung like a horse. Show the horse.
So there is an old video on YouTube from a comedian that's literally just called "Show Me Your Genitals." If you look it up on YouTube, it is hilarious. He is in dad clothes. He is in like a Hawaiian shirt and jorts. And it is well worth the watch for anybody. It's just comedy. It's not like
Comedy gold.
that dirt. I mean, yeah, it's not any dirtier than "Show Me Your Genitals," but yeah, I recommend it to everybody
Watch Brian
over the age of like 15.
Shorts video.
As somebody who's currently existing in the middle of a big storm, the fact that every time you said Hawaiian shirt, there was a loud crash of thunder outside. Like, I'm just like, okay, the gods are going to strike me down for this. I knew it would happen one day. I did not realize it was going to be today, but...
Yeah. Oh, see, Maggie is saying the right thing. Like, exactly that. People are trying to sue feed stores for them taking it themselves.
And hello, Jessa. You if you're coming in now, you just missed the end of the third and final sprint. So we are actually in wrap-up mode.
Speaking of which, I actually got another video done.
Woo!
I managed to get to chapter 4, so I finished a chapter and got into it. I probably read a chapter's worth of this book. I still got 5 chapters to read. I want to try to get them all done tonight and get it done so tomorrow I can actually work on writing stuff and editing stuff and get the next couple episodes for my Vela up.
Yeah, I'm really having a moment of, oh yeah, I'm a writer. Been working on everything, but though I have to say, I said this on my stream yesterday. If you don't have a Vela project, as much as I'm mad at them, apparently get one. Most of the people I know that are on Vela got a bonus check this month, whether their stories made money or not.
Yeah.
I'm being very open about this because I was actively telling people not to read my stuff in September because reasons. See channel for Epic Tale. But my Vela story got a grand total of 6 reads. 6, count them, 6 reads all month. I'm getting a $50 bonus.
Yeah.
Get your money.
Yeah, I haven't.
Get something up on that site.
In July and August, I have not made $2 grand total, but I have gotten $75 in bonuses. So it's not a ton of money, but like.
Hey, that'd pay for my breaks, so I
have
exactly.
This is the highest ratio of word count to money that those 6 reads. I basically got paid $10 a chapter. Mm-hmm. Just almost like I'll take that ratio. Like, can we keep this going? Like, how do we keep this going, Amazon? Like, I will deal with your emotional abuse if I can get paid $10 a chapter.
Right.
And
every time somebody reads this.
I haven't gotten any money yet, but I'm this episode coming out tomorrow will be my 3rd episode, so I won't have paid episodes till after tomorrow. But
Kat doesn't have paid episodes either, and she got a $10 bonus.
Amber, you just started this month though, right? You didn't have anything posted? Yeah, so it's at the end of the month for that month that you get.
They're at these are the August bonuses that are being announced.
Oh, okay, they pay a month.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. The way I didn't say that right. Like mid next month, you'll get the bonus for this month. Yeah.
Okay. That'd be my fucking month. I quit doing it after this month. That's the way my fucking want to go.
They have said that they're doing it at least through the end of the year.
Okay.
Oh, good.
They have Yes, they have already announced that at least through December, and they may look at extending it beyond that. I think that they're wanting to eventually transition it into something like the bonus program that they have for Kindle Unlimited. But right now, they're hemorrhaging writers that are abandoning their projects. So simply being a writer on the platform, they're like, please keep writing. Here's money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they keep screwing people over like they did you, who can blame them?
Right. So as mad as I am at them, I get your money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sneeze at $50, 50 random dollars being put in my bank account.
Not everybody has a host of char leaders on their behind their back to piss off Kindle Vella to get them to actually give you an apology.
Yes, but you know somebody who does, and can get that started. So, Charlie is back.
So I have something to say about this. Back to the dewormer thing. The case where a patient's wife was suing the hospital because they wouldn't give her husband the dewormer. Having worked in hospital pharmacy, there is a little thing called the formulary. And to get things that are not on the formulary, you have to go through board after board after board for months. This is not... So anything that's not part of the hospital's formulary, they have to get in from somewhere else and get approval.
So there was another case. There's actually been, from what I've heard, there's been several of these dewormer lawsuits happening to hospitals. The one that's gotten the most notoriety because she ultimately died, and so of course it's turning into like a whole other fucking thing now. But for that one, they were like, we can't give this to him because nobody on our staff is qualified to say how much he needs to get, because like this is a medicine that they give people, but for like super rare stuff that does not happen in the United States
Like
hardly ever.
river
So they're like, we literally can't. What is the right term for that? To like figure out the correct dosage for them. But so they were like, you need to find a doctor who is able to do this. Not a single person on our staff can. And then they claimed at some point that they did find a doctor, and the hospital was refusing to let the patient go to that hospital. I have a feeling at that point that the patient was probably either too sick to be transported, or there were no beds at this other hospital either. But like they were also trying to be like, you need to bring that doctor to this hospital, and they're like, we can't do that either. Like this is just not legal. And at
Also,
this point,
remember all of the release forms that you would have to sign so the hospital can cover its butt and not get sued for letting a sick person leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if the person's not capable of signing those forms and they don't have a durable power of attorney, you know.
I mean, if a guy having a heart attack is getting refused by 43 hospitals because there's no beds, then you have to understand. I mean, I know common sense isn't common anymore, and God knows even in the car industry, people think you can fucking perform miracles walking on water, getting shit done that, you know, literally can't physically happen. But I mean, there's only so much a human can do or one person can do. You can't just go knock on the fucking president's door and go, they want this, so give it to them. It's not the way that works.
And I feel that so strongly. Like the first video I actually recorded today was trying to simplify epistemology down to what is truth. How do you understand what does the word truth mean, and does it have multiple meanings? How does truth work? And because I feel like everything has to be prefaced with, like, do you understand how reality works? Can we start here? Okay, quick question. When you think of the planet Earth, is it this or is it this? Let's start here. Like, where are we starting in this conversation now?
I just read a statement from Sarah Palin, who is, as dumb and what as ever. And of course in it, so she's not been vaccinated and is claiming that she is not vaccinated because she believes in science. And she's following Fauci's advice. And like literally by this, she's referring to that fact that like in the beginning, before we had a vaccine, there was talks of herd immunity coming from people catching it. Like, and you know, this is kind of part of herd immunity. And so she's like, I'm following Fauci's advice here. That was weird that everything went dark. I'm good. I didn't just get plugged in tonight. Anyways, but yeah, so I feel like now we have to like step one everything with, do you understand that science evolves and that research like happens forever? Like, do you understand that research changes things?
There's no such thing as fixed truth.
But like so we used to have this roommate who, like, the classic Ed story for him was this one time Ken says to Ed, hey, they just discovered a new spider. It's the biggest spider in the world. And Ed said, no, that's not the biggest spider in the world. In 10th grade, we were taught that the wolf spider was the biggest spider. And like, he genuinely, no matter how long, this conversation lasted for 20 minutes. And Ed like could not comprehend the fact that like, this is a new spider and it is bigger. And also the wolf spider isn't even in the top 10 anymore because you're almost 40. So this is stuff from 25 years ago, but like people, it's crazy.
Well, it's like people say, oh, well, this is a new vaccine. I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to take it. I'm sure people when fucking the Spanish flu came out and polio and shit like that said the same thing. Guess what? You take those shots now and you don't even fucking think about it. It's just part of what you do growing up.
On that one, it's actually not that new. When SARS happened, they started researching a vaccine. And luckily, SARS-CoV-2 and SARS-CoV-1 are similar in a lot of ways. So all of the research they did on, remember way back in the day when SARS was killing people, that research just applied over. Like they've been researching it for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Technically, this goes back 30 years.
Yeah.
It just didn't go into clinical until SARS. And this was the first instance where they actually were able to test it. They do already have, oh God, what was it? There was something that we had like 2 or 3 years ago that ended up not, what was that?
H1N1.
I believe you're right that's what it was, that they like had that all lined up and they were ready to basically, like the whole thing with this mRNA stuff is that it's they call it plug and play, where basically the base is always the same and we could just keep plugging in different viruses and it's meant to handle it. But yeah, so we just haven't had a need for it yet.
So for anyone who's really feeling all of this stress that we're talking about, I highly recommend Jesse Gender's latest video called How Transphobes Weaponized Burnout. Because I feel like you could just trade the words out for how science deniers weaponize burnout, how whatever the problematic thing is, because it's the same problem that keeps cropping up. And I love the analogy that she uses of basically being trapped in a pond with people throwing ping pong balls at you, and every time you throw one out, they throw 5 more back in that are basically just slightly different wordings of the thing that you just tossed out, because that really is how it feels like you're trying to get out. And
people are definitely questioning every vaccine they've ever gotten now. One of my best friends just had a baby like a couple of months ago. And she is not introducing her baby to like 80% of her family at this point because they will not go get their flu shot or a Tdap booster or any of the things that, like, even pre-pandemic was standard. Hey, before you meet a baby, you should get these shots.
Yeah.
Because they're new and squishy.
Yeah.
And
My mom just went and got her shingles booster because she's about to move in with a 3-year-old. She's like, I'm not taking that chance.
All
And-
these Gen
yeah.
X millennial anti-vaxxers are killing me. Like, oh, you're all vaccinated, but like, fuck your kids, let them get measles. Got it. You're not gonna get measles. You're fine. Your boomer parents got your ass vaccinated.
If I could just speak for just 1 minute, as somebody who's old enough to have gotten measles as a kid, I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
Exactly.
I remember being in the dark room with all the blackout curtains because light burned me like I was a vampire. I remember the sick. I thought I was dying. I was like 7 years old. I would not wish that on anyone.
Yeah.
It was not that long ago when it was still a problem.
I recently had somebody claim to me that smallpox just went away and it had nothing to do with the vaccine. Oh, no. It would have gone away either way. Like, are you sure? Are you really sure that just by some dumb fucking coincidence, thousands of years we were plagued by smallpox, and then just like randomly, like a few decades after we come up with a vaccine, it was just like, you know what, I'm done.
That's because
It's not British wedding sickness.
Well, it's because people don't realize in third world countries, all these things that we've been vaccinated for still pop up.
Yes.
Like there's cases of of all these things that we have gotten vaccines for now that you don't hear about because they're third world countries, and you have the medical doctors, medical abroad that go and take care of that and take care of it quickly.
Yeah.
With vaccines.
Yeah, give me every vaccine. Like, can I be in all houses? Because I'll take all 3. Can I get some of the European vaccines? I want that vaccine too. Give them all to me.
Yeah.
And I know I'm often accused of being overly compassionate to people that don't deserve it. But the one thing to remember in all of this is the anxiety that is fueling all of this is the anxiety that we all feel living under late stage capitalism, where companies have lied to us so much after the fentanyl plague that hit the country and all the people getting addicted to opioids and all this. Yes, there are bad actors out there. I am not denying that. Yeah. Are there politicians that are doing terrible things with kids? Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of political friends. So yes, there are. But you can't extrapolate that out to everything. The world is not a movie. This is the one thing we need to get through to people that is so hard for people to understand. Billionaires do not work in secret to control the world. It's called Davos. They put the videos online. If you want to know what the secret cabal of billionaires is doing, go to the Davos YouTube channel. It's not done in secret. There is no secret conspiracy to control the world because there doesn't have to be.
Well, and again, even with medicine, things change. When they first made fentanyl and stuff, they didn't know it would become so addictive. It's just like with science. Things change. You find out things. Fuck, I've been taking my depot shot for almost 15, so almost 14, so fuck, 12 years now. They just found out it might cause osteoporosis if you don't take some space in between them, Shit changes. Things are found out. It took 10 fucking years for them to figure out that the sinus medicine that I take and I'm allergic to, oh wait, they use that to make meth. You might be actually allergic to that. Sorry. You're having suicidal thoughts. You're fucking out of your mind. Oh, they make meth with it. That's probably a good reason. 10 fucking years I thought I was crazy and there was no way.
I remember when the science uncovered that, oh yeah, acetaminophen, when you have more than 3,000 milligrams in a day, causes liver damage. And if you have 4,000 in a day, liver failure.
Yep.
So my mother, I just told Haley this story the other day, but I learned to sew in home ec in 8th grade. And when I asked my mother for a sewing machine for Christmas, she said, "How did you learn how to sew?" And I said, "Home ec. You're a boomer. How the hell did you not learn how to sew in home ec in the 50s when you were there?" And she said, "Oh, Black beauties were legal, so I just wanted to go to gym class." And for those of you who don't know what Black beauties are, they're meth. They used to give meth to teenagers as weight loss pills. They used to give weight loss pills to any teenager who wanted it, and those weight loss pills were meth. Yeah. So my mother just wanted to get to gym class and run in circles.
Wasn't there the chocolate in World War II that had cocaine in it? Or wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meth was seen as a vitamin by many of the militaries during the Second World War.
Yeah.
And by many a twink in the 90s.
I no comment. I was never a twink. I'm too barrel chested.
So Raven, what you're saying about military vaccines. So first of all, my roommate can attest to the fact that the anthrax vaccine is fucking nightmaresville. But I have found for the most part that most of the time when I hear veterans talk about vaccines, they're like, shut the fuck up and get the vaccine while I tell you about all the nightmares of all of the other vaccines that you assholes don't have to get. That has been the experience that I've had with most military people.
Yeah. I got a ton more than most people get.
Yeah. Ken's got the smallpox scar and everything, the vaccine, that weird circle thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do I. Yep. No, sorry. And I can't even take the flu shot now, civilian side, because in the military, you get the live virus. It makes you sick as a motherfucking dog. So now the civilians get the dead cell of it, and I'm just like, this shit don't do nothing to me. I don't get sick. I don't get well. If I get the flu, I'm just fucking dead. I'm done.
Yeah. I just remember Ken telling me about that anthrax vaccine and being so the pilots weren't allowed, they had to take a different vaccine than the rest of us because of what this vaccine did. And I'm just like, why the fuck did they give it to the rest of you then? If it was so dangerous that they couldn't give it to pilots, okay, whatever.
Oh, dude, it made you loopy as fuck.
Yeah. He said that he always tried to smuggle some alcohol whenever he had to get it, because I guess he had to get it several times.
Yeah,
and it was just a party.
You had to get it every 2 years, and then if you within a year of you deploying.
Mm-hmm.
And Raven, just on that, the autism is caused by vaccine study. The important thing to know about that is where to put the actual blame, and that's why I always go to late stage capitalism and a lack of ethics. The gentleman who wrote that study made a alternative vaccine that he was trying to sell, so he wrote a fake study to try to discredit the one that was used, so he could make money off of his tech that nobody needed.
Well, it's like the guy that went to jail, the Christian 7,000 or whatever he was always on, that went to jail for the silver water. He wrote a study about how the silver water was better than any vaccine you could take, and made fucking millions off that before he went to jail for it. And then now he got out of jail, and less than 6 months later, he was back on nothing ever happened.
Yep.
And the thing is with these people, once their followers believe them, nothing will change their minds. Once their followers believe them, they can literally say, I fucking lied about everything.
Yep.
I made up a religion, and they're like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're just saying that, you're just doing a little wink, nudge. And yes, absolutely.
Being forced to say
Autism
that.
is caused by vaccines and photons in your blood, or whatever the fuck it is.
But now all the stuff has it's gotten so prevalent that anyone can come up with a thought, like a thought against something that is known, and speak it. And as soon as they speak it, there are 20,000 people ready to believe it.
Yep.
And it's just a thought they had.
We don't.
12,000 people ready to jump down everyone's throat who tells them to shut up because you should defend the platform of people you disagree with. No, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
all of you.
Sometimes you can be fucking wrong.
This is why critical thinking is such a valuable skill, especially right now. Like, there should be classes in school starting
Yeah.
as young as we can simplify it down to on how to be justifiably skeptical. Because anytime anyone has a financial interest in you agreeing with them, a little warning flag should just automatically just pop up and go,
Yeah.
I don't
Do
know
they
if
have a
I'll
reason to
saw
lie to
this. It was a few years ago, but there was this study done. I'm sure that there's quite a few of them, but there was one that got some notoriety. A study done where it was just like a 10-question survey where it was 10 statements, and you had to say whether they were fact or opinion, and like the average person was only getting like 40% of them right. And it was insane. I took it and I missed one, and like I can argue why I missed that one. Like I believe it was something where, you know, they use the term greatest or something like that, and I was like, I don't like this term, so this sounds like opinion to me. And they said it was fact, and like I could see where they were coming from, because it was like, this place is greater than that place for this reason, but like people just could not tell, and you could tell by the statements that it's, you know, it was these political ones that people were missing the most on. That, you know, like one of them was, this is showing the age of this thing, one of them was, I believe, Barack Obama was born in the United States. And the thing about that is that whether it's true or false, it is still a fact statement, but a ton of people marked it as opinion because they don't believe it, and that doesn't change whether it's a fact or not. It's still fact-based as opposed to opinion-based. Like, people literally cannot tell the difference anymore. Like, people are so poorly educated on these matters that they cannot tell the difference between what is fact-based and what is opinion-based.
It's because we have lost the distinction between knowledge and wisdom. We think that we're making people smart by making them regurgitate facts on a Scantron form instead of actually showing them what they need to know. Science class, for the most part, yeah, there's some basic things people need to know about how the world works, but the most important thing to get kids to understand is how the scientific method works. So that when somebody who, say, is extremely transphobic goes onto a transphobic website and goes into their forum and gives a survey to transphobic parents and then says, I surveyed parents and found out that rapid onset gender dysphoria is a thing, you can sit back and go, I think your sample was not legitimate. And not just go, but he said he did it. You know, this bowing to authority is problematic when you don't understand, and happens when you don't understand how the system works. Yes, there's some things I just have to like bend the knee to. I don't understand how LIGO works. When they tell me LIGO detected a thing, I have to ask myself, okay, sure, yay, that's what you found there, right? But I understand how science works, and that paper is then submitted to a bunch of people that do know how LIGO works, who look at it and go, I'm going to score some magic points if I can prove that you're wrong. And so I have faith in that, right? Understanding the basic methodologies of science. Science is not, I did a study. Science is, I did a study, showed all of my work, and then sent it to other people who know this field to tear it apart.
Also, they replicated it. because that is one of the, like, I think it's 5 things that are like critical to show whether
Yep.
this is science based or not. Among that list, I think it's again 5 things. Replicability. Somebody
Which
has
is-
to be able to replicate what you're doing in order to prove that it's actual science.
Which is why a lot of psychology is falling apart right now,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody took the time to do the replication studies.
Yep.
And, you know, I'm not one of those people that's like psychology is evil. It's just we need to make sure we're doing those studies. We have to
Mhm.
actually do the science. Like, we have a whole bunch of people doing grad school work that could be learning how to do a study by doing those replication studies.
Yep. And nobody wants to do it because it's not as glamorous as coming
Right.
up with your own thing.
And we also have the problem where people have forgotten or never learned and have gone with the vulgar meaning of the word theory and conflating it with the word hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, it's just a theory. No, it's just a theory means you don't understand what theory is.
That is a huge problem that is only ever slightly touched on in science classes. Like,
Mhm.
I remember thinking it was fucking bananas that gravity was a theory. And like I remember it because it stuck in my mind of like, wow, how fucking hard must it be to get a scientific fact that things fall towards the earth and we call that gravity is a theory.
And that's why it's important to teach people that all knowledge is probabilistic. This is according to what we understand now, this is probably true. Because we thought we understood gravity with Newton. And unfortunately we didn't. But his math worked, like, until Einstein came along and showed us relativity and how gravity actually warps space-time. And we tested that and went, oh, wow, gravity distorts space-time. We thought Newton was right. That's why we continue calling it a theory, because you don't want to call it a fact, because 10 years from now, 100 years from now, somebody else could come along and go, well, actually, and refine it and give us a better understanding.
Why do you think
Knowledge
doctors are called
facts.
practitioners? Because they're always practicing, because things are always changing.
Also, all of those things that are laws in science, we kind of tend to, a lot of people gloss over the fact that like these, like the laws of motion. Yes, they are laws. However, they are in a closed environment. And once you open that environment up, those laws don't exist anymore because like air. So like
Yeah,
you try to talk about like because I've absolutely seen people trying to prove dumb shit with COVID using conservation of energy, and I don't remember what it is. And I'm like reading this entire thing and I'm like, heat. You're forgetting about heat. Heat is a thing. That is where this energy is going. Things are warming. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Like you can get approximations, but that, where they try to prove it's wrong because of this, like, 0.05% reduction that happens. Like, nope, that's because it's in an open environment instead of a closed environment.
Yep, everybody's body treats it differently, and that's how you come up with different variants.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's like when they ask Biden, well, you said back in May, blah, 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 we'd be done with it, we'd be maskless. He goes, yeah. I said, if everybody did this, no one's doing this, thus here we still are.
Yeah.
Which is also why in schools, every kid should have to take at least one basic coding course to understand if, then, and go-to statements. Because it's the best way to teach critical thinking, right? Like, you have to understand your, yeah.
We did it in Trig. I don't know why, but that was in Trig for us.
Well, yeah, you need if you get to get to C, you need to do A, then B, so
Mhm.
it makes sense. Because there's a lot of formulas that are you have to use this formula to get this answer. I'll never use them again, but hey, they said that I did. So.
And
In my opinion, one of the most important things you can teach a child is how to bake bread, a cake, and a muffin with a recipe.
Proportions.
Proportions, logic, like the flow of how steps work, and once they can get there, how it works, why it works, how you got the result you got. It's all there on paper in a way that's proven to work before.
And it's brilliant because they are essentially the same ingredients for all three things.
Yeah.
But
You
the
can make
outcomes are
cake
so dramatically different. Yeah. So
Oh.
that's brilliant.
Raven, my trig and algebra 2 were the same class, so it could have been the algebra side of it. You could absolutely be right on that.
Yeah, no, we did math, then geometry, then algebra 1, algebra 2, then trig, then calculus.
I'm really regretting lately not paying more attention in geometry because the more I sew, the more I'm like, I don't understand how shapes work.
Geometry is great. Geometry class sucks because they want you to memorize all of those rules, the names, instead of just the functions of them. When all you need to know is the functions of them, you don't need to know whether it's the ASA or the SSA rule. You just need to know that when these two sides and that angle are equivalent, those triangles are identical. Or they are proportional, and that's a major problem with geometry class.
And again, that's bringing education into the 21st century. Yes, it used to be very important to hold all that knowledge in your cranium, but we have resources now. As long as I can remember the name of the formula I'm looking for, I can look up the formula and then do the math. Like,
So, speaking of trigonometry and geometry, the amount of tangents we've gone on.
Yeah, we got on an adventure.
I kind of need to go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta do shit.
but it was a great discussion.
It was a great discussion, and people who were looking for sprints didn't go off and find more sprints because it was very interesting.
We're always entertaining and interesting. Just depends on how.
So
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, it's, same thing.
So let us give our outros, and then we will sign off, and then I will sleep. Well, maybe. I am Jace Maxwell, author of Urban Fantasy and Horror, editor for Roasty Editing at roastyediting.com. I do this and a Vampire the Masquerade tabletop RPG on this channel. On my Twitch channel, I do gaming stuff, mostly The Sims right now, though I might move on from that. As soon as I started my outro, my diaphragm started spasming. It's just like, oh God, stop it.
Bodies are weird.
Yes, they are. So I will pass the outro baton to Charlie.
Hello, my name is Charlie. I do way too much, just way too much. I stream on Twitch every Wednesday and Friday, starting at 5 p.m. And it's Eastern. It's a lot of fun. We have a party and somehow often have stuff done at the end of it. I don't know how that happens. Elves are amazing. Join us. It's a lot of fun. I also do a podcast called Project Shadow. The latest episode is out, and the topic is it actually possible to waste time? I think that's very appropriate for everything going on right now. I enjoyed that one. I hope that other people do as well. I'm currently working on relaunching my Mysticism, Spirituality, and Magic channel, which is where I'm recording a lot of videos for right now. It's called Creations Paths. You can find it here on YouTube or on Instagram or on Twitter, all with that name. And I'm really looking forward to having conversations about all of that because is technically my day job. And yeah, I also have a Vela project. It's called Blinded Angels that apparently people are enjoying. So
Woot woot.
I like it that far.
And we'll skip. I don't do outros.
I can do Haley. She bakes bread, and she's a great mom, and she's a great person to have in the comments too. And she's a stream hopper like us, and she has a vampire romance coming out. We don't know when, but it's gonna be great. All right. I don't know when she streams or when she's gonna be on, so I did.
need VCR now.
You can check her out at her county fair.
Too. I don't know what she's got going on lately because I've been working way too much and doing all the things. As I am Amber Craft, I write paranormal romance. You can find Unknown Love available on Amazon ebook and Audible form, and Unknown Love and Amazon and ebook and paperback. You can find my Kindle Vela project, Unknown Happiness, which is actually book 3 if you want to get ahead or just want to see how my stories are without buying a book. You can find that over on Vela. That is Unknown Happiness. And I stream every Sunday at noon Eastern on YouTube, whatever time that equals for you, and at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday nights, right after the lovely Charlie, where we do writing sprints and hopefully I actually write instead of just weird things. I have a podcast, the Afterthought Podcast. You can go check out. The video versions are on my YouTube, and that has links to my podcast. Season 2 probably will start come fucking January at this point, but it is coming. I promise. It's not over forever. I promise. And I think that's all I got for now.
And Chloe.
I am existence.
I am confusion.
Yeah, that's it. I'm here. I don't know. Come back to me later. Like next week. I'll have a more solid answer then.
When is the next time people can find you online?
Oh, oh no. That's going to be an issue. Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Word Stitch Write-ins. You'll be able to see me then. And then I have another Bob Ross-off at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And that is on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Chloe Alice Balkan.
Sweet.
What are y'all doing this time?
What was that?
What are y'all doing this time?
Oh, I don't even remember what I picked, but this is my friend Cindy, who is hands down the worst painter that has been on the Bob Ross off. She will not take offense to that statement. Last time, her mountains looked like dragon potatoes.
I might have to do one with you once I get the new setup in the house.
Yeah, like
if I beat the horribleness.
If anybody has like paint supplies or even like, paint on MS.
I was just about to ask, can I do this on my iPad?
Yeah, that's what Sako does. Sako uses Procreate to do hers.
Procreate. Great
hers
app.
look very Seussical. So yeah, if anybody ever wants to join me, just let me know. And we'll do it. We have a good time with it.
Would be fun. Do not have the setup.
That's fair.
All right. Thank you all for coming, and it was a great time, and we will see you next time.